Hey guys, Fast Eddie here. I just wanted to give you a quick update on the monetization of the Fast Eddie channel. I know I had asked for people to subscribe so I could reach the 1,000 mark and start getting money that I would donate to Smile Train from my YouTube channel. However, there's been a hitch in the whole thing. I went along 4 or 5 days where I was starting to make some money. They were telling me you're making this money, and then what happened was they said you have to through Google Ad Services you have to verify your ID, who you say you are. And this was after I had already submitted all my tax information to YouTube. And then a couple days later, I got the notification from Google Ad Service, which runs the ads through YouTube, and then also I guess is the vehicle they use to pay you for your from YouTube for your views. So anyway, my problem ran into became that my ID, because I have my address with YouTube and Google listed as here in the Philippines, which is where I live. And however, the only ID I have from the Philippines is a alien resident card, and they did not accept that as a verifiable proof of ID. So I had a California ID, I got a U.S. passport, and none of those would work for them because they didn't match the country I was coming from. So it basically locked me out as I tried to work through that, and so now I have to wait for them to send me a PIN, and they're going to mail it to me. And they said it takes 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks to get here. And then when I get the PIN number, I can go ahead and enter it back into the system and then try to straighten it out. But right now, I'm kind of locked out of it. And because I'm locked out of it, they discontinued any revenue for my channel. So I'm not making any money right now. I just wanted to give you a heads up. That's kind of why I pulled down the part in my videos where I said I was going to donate the money to Smile Train, because right now I'm not making any money. So that's just where we are, and I'll certainly let everybody know when I get that resolved, and I'll give a report back on how much money we earn for Smile Train. Okay, so just want to let everybody know what happened with that. I don't want people to think I'm out here running some kind of scam or something. So, all right, thanks, guys. All right, guys, here we are, the start of week 9 on the pool build, and our crew is out here tearing down their forms on the pump house slide foundation. Ripping that out so we can put a skim coat on there, no doubt. I assume that's what we're gonna do. We'll probably just paint it, make it the same color as the house, I suspect. Dark gray on there, yeah. That's what we got going on this morning. More to follow. Here's the start of week 9 on our pool build, and the guys are out here. They're gonna build up the ceiling, put a ceiling at the top on this pump house slide housing, or slide base, I guess we should call it. So we got that going on. A couple more weeks and we should be able to start swimming, hopefully. I'm ready for it, for the exercise and just to cool off. Alright guys, Sunday, week 9. Work continues on the pump house. It's lunchtime, guys taking a break. You can see they're forming up a beam now up around the top there. I don't know about those buckles there, but it's not like it's holding a whole house, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, they're gonna pour a lid on it and we'll get that done. That's where we are. And I guess I'll pour the floor in there. So it'll be plenty tall. It's looking good though. Coming along nicely. Coming along nicely. There's the guys over there having their lunch. Alright. Not quite sure what we're going to do with this strip through here. I think we're going to pour cement all the way in through here. Right in here, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe landscape and some plants or something. Potted plants more than likely. We do want to put down tile though, I think, on this whole run through here. But we will see. We will see what happens here. Alright guys, Monday morning on the pool build. Crew's back out here. They are continuing their work on framing up the what's going to be the top, the roofing of this pump house, and also the base for the slide. So they did mention yesterday that they are planning on pouring on Wednesday. I'm not sure why Wednesday, but we're almost out of cement. We got 5 bags left, so they don't have enough to do it, I don't think. And we need sand and gravel as well, so we ordered that this morning. And so hopefully by tomorrow we're in business for cement. So that's what's going on in the pool build today. It's looking good. I really want to get some water in here so I can go swimming. Starting to get the hot season. Just get up in the morning, take a swim, get a little exercise, and cool off. But for now, I just get a look at it. Comes up with. All right, guys, Fast Eddie here. Monday on the pool build. And what did we get done? Well, they got this this lid or the ceiling for the pump house. I got it formed up and got all the rebar in there. Got it all tied together. And I guess they're gonna pour it. They said on Wednesday, so I guess they got some more work to do tomorrow if they're working tomorrow. A lot of the guys are taking off because of Fiesta. Got a couple guys that'll be cockfighting tomorrow, so they won't be here. So yeah, so they're getting some things done. Yeah, they'll pour that all full of cement there, that lid up there, and then my wife and I just had a conversation, and I guess we're gonna build metal stairs up here. Our house crew guy will come over, our welder guy, fabricator, and Cecilio, and he will make the stairs out of metal for us. So that's what we got going on there. Let me come down here without killing myself. Yeah, and so we got that all formed up. And they got to pour the floor in here, and they got to hook everything up. And they got to build the slide. So yeah, and then we're gonna, sweetie, are we gonna fill in? We're gonna fill here with cement, right? This whole thing. Yeah, because the slide will be there. Yeah, I guess we'll have to. Yeah. All right, once we get the support in there. So, week 9, Monday. All right, so let's see what the rest of the week holds. All right, guys, today's Wednesday on our pool build. Week 9, and they are done forming up the what's going to be the lid on the top of this pump house / slide base. And you can see how they got everything supported in here. They ran some conduit up there, they ran some plumbing up there. We'll go up on top and take a look. There's some rebar in there. Go up there. Alright, take that back. I think today is Tuesday. Damn, it's being retired, I kind of just lose track of what day of the week it is, but I think it's Tuesday. And, there we go. They got this all formed up, and they got the rebar and everything in here. And they put a light in there, which is nice, or for the conduit and for the light. And we're gonna have some plumbing in there that goes down there because it's gonna be a slide, so we're gonna need water coming up here. And then the water will obviously be pumped into here and then recycle back down into the pool, re-roll back into the pool. One of the things I will say on these guys here, they don't put the 135 degree bend on their rebars on these buckles here. And I don't think it's all that critical. I would say something if they were building my house. But for this pool house, I'm sure it's going to be fine. Basically, what that bend does, it helps prevent the rebar from, in the event of an earthquake or some kind of catastrophic failure, it helps prevent the rebar from separating and spreading out. I don't know how much of an issue it would be on something like this, kind of a small little house with not much weight on top of it, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal. But we will see. So we got that going on. They're supposed to come and pour it tomorrow, Wednesday. So tomorrow's Wednesday. They're going to pour it Wednesday. So today is Tuesday. All right, that got me orientated, and now I know where I am and who I am and everything. Being retired is just whatever. The days just kind of turn into, and they drilled into the 10 millimeters. As I talk about in my tool video, you need a good set of masonry cement drill bits. They've been priceless. I think I paid 600 pesos for that set of Makita ones. They lost the 10 millimeter one, so I had to go get another one. They couldn't buy the Makitas individually, so I bought another one. But Japan-made company, I think it was, so it seems to be working because I did it here. And so we're good to go. We'll get that poured, and then they can start. I think they're going to pour a floor in the inside of this. I don't know if they're going to skim coat it or not, or if that's up to us to do. We're going to do the latter, because the slide, as I mentioned, the slide is not part of the pool project. So once they kind of get this pump house done and get everything hooked up, get the lights hooked up and everything working, they're pretty much done as far as our agreement. But they are going to build the slide, I guess. We're going to work out a price with them. And so far they've just kind of said, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. So we'll see. We'll have Cecilio over here. He's our metal fabricator. I'm really happy with the work he is doing on our, he did a really nice job up there on our railings up there. And so I'm going to have him build the stairs going up to the slide up there. And the slide will be cement itself coming down into the pool. But Cecilio, he will do the actual ladder, and that'll be nice. I'm also going to have him make the door for it as well. It'll be like a metal door, just kind of like a open air door. I mean, a couple bars in it. I don't want it to be a fully enclosed door, just to let air come through there, and that should be fine. Just enough to keep a lock on there to keep kids and stuff out of there. Almost like a jail door, if you will. I mean, if you've been in jail or been to a prison, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So we'll have that there. So we'll get some pictures tomorrow of the cement being poured, and then Thursday, Friday, I think the pool guys will be working. I'm not sure who. I don't know who else is going to be working. Like I said, so we will see. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. All right, guys. Fast Eddie here. Wednesday morning, the 30th, last day of April, and the pool guys are here. Got the mixer fired up, and they are up there. They're gonna pour some cement, and we're gonna. If they asked us about the pour back behind there, I think we're gonna fill that whole thing in with cement as well. I don't know if they're gonna do it today or not, but they did ask me about that. Up here, and it didn't take them too long to pour all that up there, and I guess they'll move on to this over here. I'm not sure if that's the plan for the day or what, but wife lost the hanger down there in the pool. I'll probably walk down there and get that where the typically starts rusting. But anyways, that's what we got going on. It's they got some clouds up there. I think I've been saying it for all week, a chance of rain, but it hasn't happened. Had a couple sprinkles one day, and that was it. But my wife went into the city with her sister, and it poured there, she said. So, and we haven't had that here, so just makes it a little more humid here for the guys working. All right, guys, week 9 on the pool build. Today they spent about an hour actually getting water out of the pool this afternoon because we had a heck of a rainstorm, and the rain was really getting in there. So they took some time and got that cleared out. And they got this poured this morning. It was our first project before the rain came here. The rain kind of gave it a pountable finish and dripped down on it, no big deal. But yeah, they got that nice and level, formed up there, and looking good there actually, yeah. So, and I'm not quite the rebar here. They're probably going to put some more bricks on it up here, I guess, is what's going to happen up here, and how we build the slide. And I was actually just thinking about the slide. I was telling my wife we might have to get a couple more handles for the slide, because you got to have handles getting onto the slide, I think. But the foreman's coming tomorrow. He's supposed to put, I have a white tile, 2 white tiles, 3 white tiles, 4 white tiles, to put a 1 meter seed for Carolyn right in the pools over there. And so we can talk to him tomorrow about the how the slide's gonna go and what's gonna happen here with how we're gonna build that up. Come over here and take a look. And they got that formed up. He said they gotta leave the forms right there on the inside here for a couple days at least to let that get good and hard before they start pulling it down. He says they can pull the outside stuff off of it tomorrow, but the rest of it will be up there for a few days. Well, that's where we are with the pool build in this week 9, and these guys are going to work all week, so we'll get some stuff done. And for the rest of the guys, tomorrow is going to be their last day, the house construction guys. So, alright guys, stay tuned for more. Alright, Thursday morning on the pool build. These guys are stripping down the forms on the outside anyways of the pump house pool base, so they will be working all week. They're not going to take any time off for fiesta since they are not from this island. They really aren't interested in the fiesta, so anyways, that's what they got going on today. The foreman's supposed to come here and put in our tile C here, and then we need to talk to him about the slide being built. So here's kind of all right guys, Fast Eddie here for the pool build, and the bossman is here, and they are working on our logo in our pool for the Carolyn Estate Pool. So my grandkids will be able to see that someday. So who is he? Over here on the pool build, the guys are putting their skim coat on the pool pump house there, covering up that hollow block there. And they've also let me see if I can get down there and show you their boss is here, and they drew up the C. On the right there for the white tile in that right there. Get that right in there like that. Alright guys, here on the pool build, the crew is out here. They're cutting out the tiles for this letter C we're putting in there. Got that diamond blade on that wireless grinder we got, and slowly taking their time. They took some wire and kind of traced it out and marked it with Sharpie, and now they're slowly taking their time marking it out here. It's gonna look good, I think. I was kind of curious how they were gonna do it, and I kind of thought they forgot about it when they tiled the whole pool. But they said, no, we'll do it when we're done. And I said, alright, maybe we'll see. And here we are seeing it. And over here, after just a couple of hours of work, they got that wall looking pretty sharp. It's amazing how that junky looking hollow block with the mortar
lines in it. Kind of looks like, oh hell, that ain't gonna hold up enough, and now you get a nice fancy wall there. I like that. They're looking good there. We'll probably just paint that. My wife said something about a mural on it. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Maybe the mural can wrap around. I don't know. Depends on how long and how much it's going to cost us, but we will see. And they did say the pool build will be done on May 10th. So a week from this Saturday, they will be done. We will have water in our pool. So that's what we're shooting for, guys. So if you want to see Fast Eddie swimming with his Speedo on, come back on May 10th. All right. All right, and the pool guys here. On Thursday afternoon, they're working on the sea. Just taking getting that all fitted in there with a piece of nice white tile, so it looks nice in there when it's all cleaned up. And they get it all grouted in. In the meantime, these guys are... Alright guys, week 9 on the pool build. Thursday is in the books. And they got my sea in there. Oh, it was interesting how they did it. They kind of drew it out there, and a couple pieces of wire is kind of their template, and use a Sharpie, and then they cut it out with a grinder with the diamond blade on it for cutting tile, and chipped it out a little bit, and they just kind of made the piece up there, and now they're going to grout it in tomorrow, and it'll be good to go. And then they can start on they got to do the floor in that pump house, and then they got to do obviously got to put the pump in and the filter, and then they're going to build the slide. So, but the foreman was here today, and he said the 10th. So a week from Saturday will be their last day here. They will be done by next Saturday. So not this coming Saturday. So they got like that would be 7. What would that be? 9 more work days here to get everything done. So that'll be nice. All right, guys, Fast Eddie here. Friday, week 9 of the pool build, and just a couple guys came here today. They kind of came late because they were slaughtering a pig to sell. It's fiesta time, so lots of people cooking lots of pork dishes, and so they were a little late getting here. They were killing one of the pigs that their boss is raising. So they got here, and they got my sea grouted in my pool there. I got that taken care of today. There's one error in it, but I'm not going to say anything. They got a little chip in the tile, but that's alright. They built these hollow blocks here. I'm not sure what they're going to do with those. We had a pretty big rainstorm about 11 o'clock, went for a couple hours. Got some water in the pool. Got a pretty good soak in here. And at the time the rainstorm came, they were inside here. Well, they did the rendering inside here. So that's all finished up. I assume those hollow blocks are probably for in here somewhere to kind of make a door opening. And they got all the forming out of there, so they'll be able to pour the floor probably tomorrow, I suspect. Or they'll put the rebar in there and form it up, and they should be able to pour that. And there's a look of our sea from this end down here, on the deep end here. Tomorrow is Saturday, and they are supposed to be done 1 week from tomorrow. Everything's supposed to be done. So we will see. Yeah, I don't know what those blocks are for. I assume they're gonna put them right up in here and kind of make the doorway there, but I've never seen them do it like that, so it'll be an experience for us. So. Alright guys, let me go upstairs. I'll get you a look at the sea from upstairs. Alright, and there's the sea from up above here. Alright, that's kind of what we're looking at on the pool build. 1 more week of this. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Alright guys, Fast Eddie here. Saturday evening, afternoon, whatever you want to call it. The guys just left. And they got a little bit done today. Kind of slow going. They've had a bunch of rainstorms today. We were gone most of the day. It's fiesta here, or the Santa Cruz chapels, and so we went to a bunch of different houses, and we ate a lot of food, and so we weren't here. but they were working away, plugging away, and they came over here. They were working. It was 3 of them, and they kind of cleaned up in over here, and getting rid of most of the lumber that they're not going to need, and they did some rendering in here. You can see they got the walls all done in there. Let me see if I can stick my head in there. The inside's all done. They did the corner wall over there, that corner there. They did that wall over there. I don't know if they did that beam or not. I guess they did do those beams up there around the top there. All right. Made that look nice and good up there. You can see the beams up there. They've been rendered. I guess maybe I'll walk in there. But and then they started forming this up or framing it up for the slide. And so we're getting just some 2x4s up here. Slide's going to come off the top of that up there, and I think that's what those blocks are for up there. They're going to go up there on the top up there is what I think that's where they did those, filled those up there. So that's where we are. This is the end of week 9. The guys are going to take tomorrow off. They're going to go fishing, which I think is a good idea. Go do something instead of working all the time. And they'll be back Monday. They told us today that they noticed, I'm glad they pointed this out to us, they noticed that the rebar that they had ordered, which we got for the pool, was actually used on the staircase. So we need some more rebar. So we'll get some rebar for them first thing Monday morning and get them rocking and rolling here. And I think it's going to be a couple days for them to form that up. And then we got to do the exposed aggregate around this thing right here. And then we just got to get some, then they got to hook up the pump and everything and the filters, and then we can get some water here. We'll hire a truck to bring in the water in here and fill up our pool. And we'll be swimming next Saturday. That's my plan. I told my nephew that Zion that he could be the first one down the slide if he wore his Spider-Man suit. Slide down the slide in the Spider-Man suit into the pool. I don't necessarily know if I'd hold him to that, but yeah, we'll get him in the water here next week, and hopefully, I don't know, the water here, my experience with the pools is the water temperature pretty much matches the air temperature out here, so it's pretty much 80 degrees, and so because the temperature from between day and night doesn't vary much here, you know, it might be 85, you know, during the day, and then, you know, 82 at night, so not really much of a drop. And that's of course not including the wet bulb, the humidity in the air that makes it so much hotter. But anyway, so all right, so stay put, guys, and you'll see what happens next week. We'll wrap it up here, and you will see the swimming pool in use. That's my I don't know if I should make a promise, but yeah, next Saturday and a week from now, you should see people swimming in this pool. All right, thanks for watching.